everyone. I'm going to try not to lose it. I'm already emotional seeing some of my kids' teachers and welcome to tonight's Evening of Excellence. I'm, as she said, Spokane School Board Vice President Hilary Kozel, and I'm so thrilled to be here with you tonight as we celebrate members of our district that have given so much over the years, and that's understatement of the year. Tonight is about reflection, recognition, and appreciation. We're so thankful you've joined us for this celebration. Congratulations on your retirement. To begin our evening, please stand for the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing until the color guard has left the room. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's thank the Rogers High School JROTC. You may be seated. And now I will read the people's acknowledgement. Every community owes its existence and vitality to generations from around the world who have contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy to making the history that led to this moment. Some were brought here against their will, some are drawn to leave their distant homes in hope of a better life, and some have lived on this land since time immemorial. Truth and acknowledgement are critical to building mutual respect and connection across all barriers of heritage and difference. So we begin this celebration acknowledging that we're on the ancestral lands of the Spokane Tribe of Indians and a multitude of tribes who are connected through shared history of trade, celebration, and resources. We make this acknowledgement to pay respects to their elders, past and present, whose knowledge remains on the land. Please take a moment to consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that bring us together here today. And please join us in continuing to learn about such truths and actions that we can take towards restorative justice. This people's acknowledgement was developed by the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture, revised by VHT in partnership with regional tribes, tribal organizations, and Eastern Washington University. I would now like to welcome our Superintendent, Dr. Swinyard, to the podium.
Thank you, Director Kozel. Thank you for being here. It's hard to stand up here and look across this room and think about Spokane Public Schools without our retirees. There's so many faces in this crowd. I could stand up here for hours and talk about the contribution and the dedication that you have given to our school district. And there's a lot to be said, particularly in this day and age, about doing something with your life that is greater than yourself. And what you do as educators and what you have done over the years, we'll never fully be able to wrap our arms around the difference that you make. The hugs, the encouragement, the conversations with families, the consoling, the championing, the celebrating, the shoes you've tied, the tears you've dried. It's incredible. And we're just honored for you to be here tonight. I am particularly and deeply honored for the opportunity to say goodbye to you. Just to see your face and to share this space with you tonight and get to shake your hand and to say thank you personally to you. It's an honor. It truly is an honor to have that opportunity. Good news, I have yet, and I meet a lot of retirees every year, I have yet to meet a retiree that comes back, and I saw one the other day, and I'm like, well, you look good. I mean, he is like, looked all energetic and like, hey, how's it going? He's shaking my hand, and I'm like, whoa. So I have never heard anybody come back and say they wish they worked one more year. So you're gonna be okay, I promise. You're gonna find amazing things, and you are going to be well and to be happy, and you have so earned this. There is no other way that is more virtuous in our community to love and care for kids. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you love them. And you didn't just love them. It wasn't just something that you said. It was something that you did. And through that doing, you showed that you love them like your own child. And I can't imagine a greater gift to our community than our parents being able to send their children off to school and to be with adults that love them as much as they do. What an unimaginable gift to give to our community. What an unimaginable gift to give to kids and to families. Whether you were a nutrition service worker or a secretary or a custodian or a teacher, each one of you showed that love in an immeasurable way and has had an immeasurable impact. So thank you so much. And again, we're so honored that we get to see you tonight, and we get to honor you and wish you well as you head off into retirement. So with that, next I'm going to welcome to the podium Director Nikki Lockwood, who's going to talk about some celebrations. So welcome, Nikki.
I'm going to find my spot in the script, and while I do that, I'll just say I'm so happy to be here celebrating celebration season. We're celebrating public education, which makes our community stronger, and so thank you for all your combined hours of effort making our community stronger. Tonight we honor a principal who's exemplified excellence in leadership. This award recognizes leaders who build a culture of trust, collaboration, and continuous improvement, who eliminate barriers to make sure every student can thrive and nurture strong relationships with their schools, district, and like I said, the community. Our Principal of the Year models these qualities every day by creating a shared vision, fostering high expectations, supporting all learners, empowering staff and students, and leading with integrity, compassion, and purpose. There's a lot of commas there. Their impact reaches far beyond their school walls and strengthening our entire district. Please join me in celebrating our Principal of the Year, Beth Nye. Through a transition to a new building in the middle of the school year, a very patient school community waiting for a bond to pass. And this was no small task, and we have been told that she has made Camp Adams feel like home. And I told her to sit closer to the front. She was sitting in the back row, okay? So that was a little hint there. So I don't know. Oh, okay.
No wonder everyone was asking me where you were. I said he's at school, grading things. Thank you, wow.
We'll grab a picture. As we're grabbing a picture, just, you know, Beth really... One of the reasons that we feel it's really, don't go anywhere, Beth. One of the reasons that we feel it's so appropriate to celebrate our Principal of the Year with our retirees is, more than anyone, the people in this room that are leaving after 20, 30, 40 years of service, and I can see some heads already nodding, you know how important the leader of the school is to making it all possible. Many of you would probably, I'm sure, we got a couple of you that'd be like, let me tell you about some good ones and let me tell you about some other, right? I'm sure you could, right? Because you know better than anyone how important our leaders are to our schools in supporting kids and staff and families. And so this makes it so appropriate to honor them in this moment. And Beth really exemplifies that in so many ways. She ferociously advocates for our kids. She ferociously advocated for a new building, and she led with her heart every step of the way. And that was one of the harder moments with the day after our bond didn't pass, and to feel that with Beth and to see her tears, but also the way that she did what we want kids to do. You get up, you dust yourself off, and you figure out a way, right? And Beth really exemplifies that in all that she does for our schools. So one more great round of applause for Beth.
Let Beth catch up here. Some of us knew. So I get the luxury of kicking us off with all our retirees, and it's kind of already been said by Adam, this is about people. And so often in this career, we don't stop and pause and thank the people because we're educators, so we move to the next. So we've solved this problem, we move to the next problem. And tonight really is about that pause. It's about the moment to connect with someone you haven't worked with in maybe 10 years, 15 years, and they're still here. I know that I personally got to hug 5 or 6 people who I've intersected with in my career to say thank you. And so if you have that opportunity tonight, this is about people. We want to say thank you for all that you have given to our kids at the end of the day. That's our future. And so fittingly, I get to give central office congratulations, and I get to start it with Debbie Chandler. So I will start calling names from central office retirees, and those of you know Debbie, she has a long career here in Spokane. So Debbie Chandler, get us started. Following that, Terry LaForce, central office. Then Val Talgo. And the last from the central office that is here tonight, Susie Gerard. And I will call up our Chief Operations Officer to share the recognition for our retirees from Operations and Maintenance.
All right, like Heather said, I am announcing the people from the operations side of the house. So I'm going to start with Vicki Lassie. Alan Walgren. Patrick Moore. Sung Jun. Deborah Long. Cheryl Kalman. Christopher Loheed. Larry Schisler. Robert Ochoa. And lastly, John Gianandrea. Thank you. I now want to introduce Clint Price.
All right, and I have the opportunity to introduce the retirees here tonight from Shadle, Feeder Pattern, and some from North Central High School. So we'll start off with Teresa Beal. Cindy Gleason. Daniel Wofstead. George Jackson. Kathleen Jagoda. Lynn Arch. Patricia Clark. Diane Severe. Lynn Langford. Mike Stark. Sherry Weber. Suzanne Hamilton. Jerry Ray. Bambi Howe. David Schmidt. Margie Arnzen. Michelle Piero. Cindy Brady. Colleen McCarver. Lori Kasmark. Anthony Anselmo. Brett Bloom. Don Zozel. Cornell Osborne. Esther McKay. Joseph Groves. Rebecca Messing. Stephanie Bowman. Tamara Acu. Cynthia Coleman. Julie Rippin. Beverly Chandler. And Deborah Holt. All right, and I will invite up our next director, Lori Morrison.
I have the privilege of welcoming up guests from the Northeast and the North Central regions. Pamela Clemmer, Sandra Allen, John Knight, Tina Hubbard, Marianne Fisher, Christopher Kalstead, Jeannie Hogberg, Lori Beatty, Donna Fagan, Jeannie Stiles, Jackie Schrager, Stephen Mitchell, Kristen Freeland, Chris Bjorklund, Laura Lee Ross. Ish Kidway. Alda Hofnagel. Pamela Torngren. Michael Weber. Michelle Noki. Elaine Acosta. Greta Campbell. Lynn Swanson. And Wendy Lynn. And at this time, I invite Nikki Golden to come up.
Thank you.
And I have the pleasure of announcing the retirees for the Southeast feeder pattern, starting with Frank Chavez, Danny Elder, Marla Antonio, Catherine Cree, Linda Bushinsky, Sarah Wild Scott, Annette Gregory, Debbie Miller, Sheila Schunter Johnson, Carrie York, Sharon McWilliams, and Dr. Cindy McMahon. And as they come up, I will introduce our next area director, Jeremy Oakes.
I know, well, you.
She's like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have the honor of offering a huge thank you from the Southwest Zone of Spokane. So let's get started with Kathleen Johnson. Lori Lelafield. Forrest LeBaire. Tom Vogt. Amy Hagigi. Dave Jackson. Dexter Davis. Frank Newman. John Eckelbarger. Mark Robbins. Nathan Edmonds. Angus Nunez. William Rickson. Christine Bartman. Kenneth Bone. Tammy Sinzel. Teresa Larson. Andrew Snyder. Byron Harris. Christina Martins. Jeanette Thompson. Dana Love. Danielle Johnson. Lori Curran. Noreen Roberts. Christine Riley. Holly Bozo. Scott Becker. And Shelley Fuller. Sorry for the pause. We will now have Superintendent Adam Swinyard come up for closing remarks.
Thanks again, everyone. Congratulations to our retirees. Again, we're so honored to be able to recognize you and have some time with you before you head on to your next adventure. I hope you can stick around for a little bit and visit. Thank you to our district leaders that are here to join us in this celebration. Thank you for all that all of you are doing to change lives for kids in Spokane. Thanks, everybody.